today's medical alert as we brace for this extreme heat that Tom was just talking about this week. We're checking in with an emergency room physician, Dr. Rachel Malalou from the University of Maryland, Baltimore Washington Medical Center, for some advice. Thank you so much for coming in and talking with us. So we're talking about heat index of 105 and above. That is dangerous, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, the body's just not really meant to have these kind of high temperatures, and there's heat-related illness that can start with mild symptoms and quickly escalate to very severe symptoms that can actually be fatal.
So there's 3 stages of heat illness, correct?
There are. So the first stage is just, you might not think it's a big deal. It's called heat cramps. So you're exercising outside, you're losing water, you're losing salt, and you start to feel some Charlie horses in your calves or your abdomen. You get kind of like flushed and sweaty. And you might not think much of that. Well, that's actually the first sign of a heat-related illness.
That's a warning
Absolutely.
Right there. Yeah.
That's a warning to stop what you're doing, to go ahead to have something to drink, to have an electrolyte, as well as water, and then to probably not engage in any more vigorous exercise that day.
And then what comes next after that?
Well, after that, then there's symptoms of heat exhaustion. So say you ignore those heat cramps, you keep on going, you might suddenly feel you'll get even more clammy, but someone may notice that you're pale. You might feel anxious. You might feel really lightheaded, like you're going to pass out. You're going to start to get a headache. You might feel nauseated. You might even vomit. Those are much more serious signs of the illness.
Okay, and then the most serious situation, which is potentially fatal, is heat stroke.
Absolutely, it's heat stroke. A lot of times when people come into the emergency department with a heat-related illness, that is the stage at which we see them. So that's all of the preceding symptoms, but at this point, you can then have change in mental status. They can be delirious. They can start having seizures. Left untreated, it can cause a coma and even death.
And this happens, you're going to be working in the ER this weekend, and you're bracing yourself.
I am.
Because you're going to see people come in with
I am absolutely going to see people come in with heat-related illness. And knowing that, I'm just already thinking about it and preparing for it.
Right. And some people have to be outside for work. Sometimes kids might have an athletic event outside. What advice do you have for parents?
So absolutely. So I have kids who all go to camp. I have kids who go to basketball camp. Part of that is outdoors. I get worried every summer, I'm not going to lie, but there are things that we can do to protect them. So one of the things is I always dress them in loose, light colored clothing, things that are going to reflect the sun.
Right.
I love hats, especially if it's not going to get in the way of their training.
Right.
A hat with a brim, ways of keeping the shade. Absolutely, they must be drinking probably 2 to 4 cups of water an hour while they're outside.
Right.
And
maybe spritzing their face.
Yep, I'll give them a little mister bottle, or those even those fans that have a mister and then a fan. That evaporative cooling is one of the quickest ways to cool down.
That is great advice. Thank you so much. And I hope it's not too bad for you this weekend.
Thank you. I hope so too.